So trying something new, and if I understand it correctly, I'm streaming live on YouTube. So this is a good thing, right? Um, and it's a new doorway. Who knows where it'll lead, right? A little bit of fun, little bit of fun, little bit of action. So I think this is going onto the YouTube page, and let me know if everything's the same as if I just uploaded it from Zoom. So we're here in this community every single day, and we're in our 6th year. Welcome, thank you, and kudos, right? This year, our conversation is about being present for our own lives. So it's an opportunity to not only learn and grow, but enjoy life a lot more because the book we're following is the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. And a lot of these messages have been about things that we're missing out on for one reason or another. One of them that made a big impact on me, one of the messages was about how, like, we start out with the boogeyman in the closet, because we heard something over there in that closet, and then next thing you know, we're not even going on that whole side of the house. And how these fears grow, and we got to watch our thoughts. And it's just fascinating to me that one seems to have popped in. But part of this being present for me is actually really allowing myself to be present to even receive this message, because honestly, I think this is a glorious message this year, and I really want to absorb it. So that's why we're going to put the music on and use it as a tool. So I'm inviting us inward, inviting us in. So maybe like I'm doing a couple let my neck release a little tension, soften the lines in the forehead and my jaw, the facial expressions, the smile, let the cheeks soften and just let it all, just releasing it. And there's so many layers. So just releasing layers, shoulders maybe drop down from the ears. Noticing the breath just coming in and being with ourselves just to hear this message. Feeling softer, allowing ourselves to feel a little softer. And then just breathing with this softness and this stillness. Allowing yourself a little time and space. Without the need to rush and go and do. I was reminded yesterday of our to-be list instead of our to-do list, which is never ending, might I remind us. Our to-be list, to be happy, to be at peace. And I've thought of the to-be list before. It was what I want to be, but I was reminded in the aspects of peace, calm. I'm just thinking about that. The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. We're here in this community every single day, so you don't need to buy the book, but I think it's an excellent book to have in your library, your wisdom Library. The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo, New York Times bestselling book, described as having the life you want by being present to the life you have, by being present to the life you have. And the message we're offered today for this day number 1941 is titled When Cut in Two. When Cut in Two. There's a quote here at the beginning offered to us by William Blake. It says, "The cut worm forgives the plow." The cut worm forgives the plow. The worm is one of the only creatures that grows from being cut. Mysteriously, if you cut a worm in two, each cut half becomes whole, and you have two worms. Breath, pause. What is it in how the worm lives that allows it to grow from its pain? And how might we translate that to being human? Well, without looking too far, the worm is completely in touch with the earth. In fact, it eats earth. It lives in soil, inside and out. Perhaps the secret to growing from our wounds is to live close to the earth. Ooh, to live with our hearts and minds and bellies always in touch, both inside and out, with that which is larger than we are. Perhaps when cut in two, it is a life of humility, of risking to be at one with the soil of our experience that allows us to heal into something entirely new. So hold on and just let the breath, let it soften and settle. Keep it still. Stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it. What is it in how the worm lives that allows it to grow from its pain? And how might we translate that to being human? Without looking too far, the worm is completely in touch with the earth. Completely. So perhaps the secret to growing from our wounds, which are gonna happen, is to live close to the earth. To live with our hearts and minds and bellies always in touch, both inside and out, with that which is larger than we are. Risking to be at one with the soil of our experience that allows us to heal into something entirely new. Just feel this for a second, because my mind it's going to the witness. Let's see what the meditative exercise that's offered to us today. It says to center yourself. So let yourself center. Give yourself a couple breaths to center. Center yourself. And meditate with kindness on a place where you feel cut in two. Inhale deeply and bring the universal air to this raw and tender place. Inhale thoroughly and let the elements infuse your wound with the atoms of a new beginning. Let's just breathe with that. That raw, tender and raw space. Breathe universal air to this raw and tender place. And let the elements infuse your wound with the atoms of a new beginning. When cut in two, our thoughts are so important. All of this is so fascinating, I feel it say this message this year is an opportunity to observe, because if we're talking about being present, okay, so how does this message being cut into two relate to being present? And I feel like it's a huge opportunity to observe and reflect and see what practices we have, without judgment, of course, and where we can maybe take some of these messages and improve, enhance our quality of life, our enjoyment of life, our relationship with ourselves, and more, right? Without judgment is the key words here. When cut in two, that's a tough one, and it's raw and real. So if we can do anything to help breathe love into that space, I think it's wonderful. Thanks for coming by to share in this very important and powerful message this year. In honest gratitude. Namaste.